righty, so now we're going to do inequalities that have ands and ors in them. And we got to figure out what and or means mathematically. Okay, so I ask you, am I wearing a red and black shirt? Am I wearing a red and black shirt? No, I'm not wearing a red and black shirt. I'm just wearing a black shirt. Is he wearing a red and black shirt? Yeah. So if you're going to use the word and, both things need to occur, both the red and the black. Am I wearing a red or black shirt? Yes, I'm wearing a red or a black shirt because only one of these things needs to occur in order for that to be true. So I can be wearing a black shirt. I can be wearing a red shirt. I can be wearing a red and black shirt. All those things are going to fit with or. So or is kind of more encompassing, more things happening, all things true that meet my criteria. And is kind of limiting. So and tends to be the smaller one, and or is kind of the bigger picture. A lot more things happen when you say or. So let's look at this and. We're going to graph the solution, which means we're going to have to solve first this compound inequality. So it's compound because it either has and or. And here's how we'll do these compound inequalities. I'll go 2x, 2x, minus 1 less than or equal to 3x. Come on, keep up with me. There we go. And x greater than 4x minus 9. I'll solve the one on the left first. So I think I will subtract 2x from both sides and get negative 1 is less than or equal to x. Done. I'll do the inequality on the right now. I guess I will subtract 4x from both sides. And get negative 3x is greater than negative 9. Divide by negative 3, and what do? X, change the direction, is less than 3. So I have x. I'm going to change the way I look at this one to write the x on the left-hand side. X is greater than or equal to negative 1, and x is less than 3. Okay? So when I go to do my number line graph, which I like to do first, and then I may clean up my answer later, I'm going to graph x is greater than or equal to negative 1, so I better have negative 1 on my graph. Close dot. Shade for that one. I think I'll shade that one in purple. And x is less than 3. Open dot. Power fail or just computer fail? It's coming. Come on. Great. All right, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Come on. Getting better. Now I need to get it back on my computer. Okay, there we go. All right. X is less than 3. So I'm going to put a closed dot over the 3. And I'm going to shade in the dark purple. And if I am wanting x greater than or equal to -1 and less than 3, I'm talking about that it has to be both. I got to have both colors in there. So it's got to be the section that has both the dark purple and the light purple. So what my graph really needs to look like is that open dot over the 3, because the 3 doesn't have both colors. Closed dot over the -1, because that actually does include both colors. And my shading is just that part in between. Now, there is another way to write this. And the a little more formal way mathematically to write this is if I'm shading in between two numbers like this, is I put the x in the middle and I make my inequalities point to the lower number. This one has a shaded in dot, so I'll put a line under the inequality. And the 3 has an open dot, so I won't, and I'll write it like that. Okay, so that's and. It needs both colors. Okay. Hopefully you remember some of this stuff from Algebra 1. All right, now we got an or. So it can be, I can be wearing black or I can be wearing red. Any color will do. So on an or, 3x plus 9 is less than -3. Or -2x plus 1 is less than 5. I'll start with the left again. Subtract 9 and get 3x is less than -12. Divide by 3 and x is less than -4. All right, I'm in good shape there. Subtract 1, -2x is less than 4. Divide by -2, giving me x is greater than -2. I'll put an or there. Now I'm going to go to graph it. And that I'll graph that -4 in there first. X has to be less than -4. So I'll put an open dot at -4. And I'll shade that one, the less than side. X has to be greater than -2. So I'll put an open dot at -2 and shade the greater than side. And I can be wearing either black or red shirt. I can be shading either light purple or dark purple. When I have an or,